What's up, y'all? Welcome again to Beyond the Shade with Say the Sage. And we're going to be talking about basically how you shouldn't let the old you ruin what the new you's trying to build. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it kind of goes like this. Like, have you ever tried to, like, change, right? Only to hear the voice of your past whispering, you'll never be better than who you were? You know what I'm saying? That voice is heavy. It's loud. And sometimes it sounds like your own, right? Let me tell you something. You are not your past. Like you're not the mistakes you made. You're not the pain you caused or the pain that was caused to you. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Let's be real. Habits don't just vanish over time, right? They don't. The same way you didn't build them in a day, you won't be able to break them in one either. Maybe you used to lie. Maybe you used to cheat on a spouse or something. Maybe you self sabotage. Maybe you gave up on people before they gave up on you because you wanted to prepare for that. Maybe you ran when things got hard. And now that you're trying to grow, trying to be better, it feels like those same habits are like waiting for you in the shadows, like ready to like pull you back. But hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Growth is not about perfection, right? It's about direction. Every step forward counts, even when it's a messy one. It's never clear cut. All right. Like that's all it is. And you gotta basically break the shame cycle. You know what I'm saying? Shame is one of the biggest weights you'll carry from your past. It tells you that because you did bad, you are bad. But shame is a liar, right? It's loudest when you're closest to breaking free, right? You want to be better? Good. That's the first sign you're already changing. But you can't move forward if you're chained to old stories, right? Hear me out. You have to grieve, with your past without glorifying it. You have to own your own mistakes without letting them own you. Right? Stop glorifying the struggle. A lot of y'all do that out there. Stop trying to compare struggles and see who struggled more and all that. That's bad. Right? Like why y'all do that? But I digress, right? Like you gotta kind of differentiate between what was a habit and your identity, like who you are, right? So let me give you a truth that will set you free. Because it set me free. Your habits are not your identity. Just because you used to give up doesn't mean you're a quitter. Just because you used to lash out doesn't mean you're toxic. Who you were shaped by your environment, your survival mode, your pain, but who you become is based off of your decisions. You know what I'm saying? And every day, every single day, you get a chance to decide who this new person is. You always have a chance every time you wake up to change the direction of what future you want. You're allowed to rewrite your story. You don't owe anyone an apology for becoming someone better than they expected you to be. You owe nothing to that. Even when there's something along the lines of like you're doing good in life, you know, you got everything set up for yourself, and then the friends that don't have it, you know what I'm saying, they're like, dang, you changed, or dang, you're boring now, or dang, you don't even make time for us anymore. Listen, the thing about getting better for yourself is the fact that you get to see who actually wanted to see you do better. Because when you start to do better and everybody else that's saying stuff is saying you changed for the worst, or you basically like aren't being what they were, that shows you a lot that those people didn't actually want to see you better. They wanted to see you at the same level they were. Right? But here's the thing about progress now when it comes to being better, right? Here's the thing. Real progress isn't loud, right? It's not, right? Change doesn't always look sexy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's literally deleting numbers quietly. Right? People that you know, you feel like you're in a cycle of like, you know, protecting them or anything like that, and it's not reciprocated. You can always just delete the number. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be It doesn't have to be something you can gloat about. It could just be something that quick and that quiet where you're making progress for yourself. Sometimes it's like having the hard conversations. Sometimes it's saying no when yes would have been easier. Sometimes it's walking away when staying would have felt familiar. You know, real growth is uncomfortable because it demands you bury parts of yourself that you once protected or that once protected you, right? But you're not at war with who you were. You're simply choosing who you want to be, right? So this is basically the call to action, right? So today, I want you to do one thing, right? Stop asking permission to evolve, right? But also don't take in consideration like what people think you need to do to evolve if they haven't done it themselves. Don't give that any attention. All right. Stop looking back for closure in places that only give you chaos. A lot of y'all do this. Sometimes it can even be like a toxic ex. If you're looking for closure in that, you're not gonna find it. You're just gonna be just in an endless path of the same thing. Stop dimming your light just to make the old you feel more comfortable. Oftentimes this comes in parenting, right? A lot of us want to go back to childless, single, out with everybody, but that's just not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? The new you, the new life that you're trying to make, it could still be fun, but you have to make sure that you're not sacrificing that for the past, right? Because you didn't come this far just to carry the same demons, right? Let the past be the proof of how far you've come, but not the excuse of why you can't go further. You were broken, yes, but you're healing. You were lost, yes, but you're finding yourself. And no matter what your past says, your future is still yours to build. Don't let yesterday hold your tomorrow hostage. Build, don't run. Grow, don't shrink. Live, don't just survive. And like they said, when you are building yourself, it's not pretty. You're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, you're gonna have lefts, you're gonna have rights. But the whole point of it is to still go forward. It may not, the biggest step tomorrow may not be as big as the next day, but still a step forward. Right. So the biggest part to always take consideration is don't go based off what you would have done in the past. Go based off what you need to do for your future. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for this video. I like this. I like these kind of videos. They're pretty good. So I hope you guys have a good one. And we out.